Hello everyone, welcome to our first ever episode of Iconxt Stories. This is an initiative by Iconxt Interactive Pvt Ltd. So in this episode, we have a special guest to interact with us. So this well-known professional of retail industry who's been consulting for digital transformation of businesses and for startups for over 20 years of experience. He's coming from the eastern part of India, which is Kolkata, who has now chosen Chennai as his adopted home and as his professional destination. Let's welcome our guest, Ms. Sachin Pilaniwala.
Thank you, Thilak.
Yes.
And first of all, let me wish you a best of luck for your new initiative.
Thank you, sir.
And I wish that you and your team succeed in the future.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I'm happy and I'm glad that our long-standing relationship
Absolutely, sir.
turning into a chapter where we can contribute to the growth and success of the industry.
Yes. Absolutely.
Wish you all the best for your new initiative, Iconxt Stories.
Thank you, sir.
And I wish and hope that you grow in leaps and bounds with your endeavor.
Absolutely, sir, with all your support.
Sure.
So, how did your entry into this field happen, sir?
So, I hail from Kolkata.
Okay.
So, my first job was in Kolkata.
Okay.
Then I joined Aptech Limited some 22 years back. While working for Aptech, I came across my first interaction with technology
Okay.
happened,
Okay.
and I found that technology is something which I'll be very, very comfortable working with.
Okay.
So after that, I decided my job, whatever I do in my life, whether I do job or a business, I'll like to work in technology field.
Fabulous.
So that was how it started 22 years back.
Okay.
And since then, I've worked for few companies like Tally, Genesis, GoFrugal, Casa.
Okay.
And I also consulted with a lot of startups. In the year 2016, I consulted with Finders,
Wow. Okay.
which was a hyperlocal service provider in Chennai and New York.
Okay.
And then in Carrot, which was a CRM solution.
Okay.
And later on, I also consulted with companies from ERP domain, which were startups
Okay.
and new companies wanted to establish themselves.
Okay.
So I had a mix of experience working with established companies
Okay.
as well as startups, which gave me a wide range of experience
Okay.
in terms of how business is established, how
Okay.
ideas are being formulated,
Okay.
how operations are being developed from a company without any setup to a company which requires a proper business operations to be established.
Okay.
So I went through that experience in my last 22 years.
Okay.
And fortunately, I had an opportunity, by God's grace, to work both with technology companies,
Okay.
and I also worked with a lot of retail companies to help them transform digitally their businesses.
Okay.
I also consulted with Ramoji Film City
Okay.
to help them implement their ERP in the year 2020 when the world was going through COVID crisis.
Yes, sir.
And later on, I also helped many small and medium retail industries to, companies to set up their business operations
Okay.
and enable their businesses using technology and mobility.
Okay. It's so amazing to hear your experiences, sir. It's been a long journey for you. So in this journey, someone would have inspired you, according to us. Now, who is your guru or a mentor in this industry?
To be very frank, I never had a godfather.
Okay.
I always did what I felt is right.
Okay.
And the best part is I tried to find a mentor and godfather or a guru in the company where I worked. So whichever company I worked, my boss, my immediate seniors, I always treated them as my guru.
Okay.
I learned a lot from my bosses in whichever company I worked in.
Okay.
and I was very fortunate to have very good people who mentored me, guided me,
Okay.
and helped me learn, improved me, and taught me a lot of things
Okay.
that helped me to perform better and better.
Okay.
Few things I learned was kind of you should always be learning.
Yes, sir.
And one thing which has helped me to establish myself in South India, which is even today I have a strong problem in conversing in Tamil, although my entire family knows Tamil very well.
So you absolutely pronounce the word Tamil in the exact
Because
way.
I tried to learn, but people like you never allowed me to learn Tamil.
So you absolutely speak, and we always are that.
So I understand Tamil, and I can speak broken Tamil, but the fact that I was honest towards my work,
Okay.
I was hardworking, and I really helped. I tried always to help my customers. It was a genuine effort towards their improvement of their business,
Yeah.
and that made me stand out from the crowd
Okay.
and helped me to build a very, very passionate and honest relationship with my clients,
Okay.
who later on also became my friend. Many of them also became my friend.
Okay.
So it's very tough when you're dealing with your friend, and it's a well-known fact in the industry that in business there are no friends. You should not make friendship in business.
Yeah.
But I feel that is not the way we work in India. We
Yeah.
learn a lot of things from the Western management books, which are predominantly very, very, I will say, uh, straightforward, or they're not emotionally connected to the culture and
Culture.
the
Yes.
way Indians work or India work. So we lack Indian text
Yeah.
and Indian methodologies. There are very few books, I think, on the way Indian management works. But I definitely feel that in India, relationship is the basis, is the bedrock of any
Yeah.
growth or any kind of success.
Yeah.
And without building a strong relationship, without having the right connect with the people, without understanding people,
Yeah.
building the right empathy towards them, you cannot succeed in this country. You have to understand the local people. You have to respect the local culture.
Yeah.
You have to understand the ethos and their expectations
Yes.
and their problems
Yes.
to succeed in this country. And that is where I find that, because that is what I was taught by many of my, so if you call them mentors, yeah, they're all
Yeah.
my mentors, they're all my gurus.
Quite interesting to know about it, sir. Okay. What has been your greatest achievement in your experience so far, sir?
I will say every achievement has been great, because that has built me as a human being
Okay.
and as what I am today. I don't believe in great achievements kind of thing. I believe that whatever you do, you should do for the betterment of the company where you're working,
Okay.
the society as a whole, and for your own family's well-being.
Okay.
So every small success has actually given me a lot of confidence,
Okay.
and it has always inspired me. Today I feel that if I want to do something, I don't have to really think from the perspective of what to do,
Yeah.
because that experience itself gives me a lot of insight in terms of the confidence that if I can do it 13, 14 years back,
Yes.
then I can do it better too. So every small success has been, contributed to my overall journey.
Okay.
And I feel that everybody should inspire to succeed every day.
Okay.
It's a present by God to us,
Okay.
and that present should be treated as a present.
Okay.
And we should, treat every small success
Okay.
in our life as a stepping stone for growing and becoming a better human being, better professional
Okay.
over a period of time in our journey. So I will not say greatest, but everywhere where I have gone, I have tried to give my 100%. I try to do the best.
Okay.
I try to bring success to that company or myself.
Yes.
Actually, if I succeed, the company succeeds. And my always motto has been that my contribution to the company is the most important thing.
Yes, sir. I mean, the results that you've shown all these years for the company's growth, I mean, that graph, it shows the achievement that you've done, sir.
Whatever you call it, everybody's life is a combination of success and failure.
Yes.
We cannot say that we are always succeeded. These are all, I don't want to create any story about me. I'm a human being. But I will say that the
But your
intent,
story is always inspiring to us.
maybe I'm thankful for your words. But I'll say that it's always like you are learning, and it's always you commit a lot of mistakes, and out of that mistake, if you are not learning and you're not improving, then you have a problem. But if you have a learning attitude, you are learning from your mistakes. You are always inspiring to do better.
Okay.
You are always inspiring to contribute to the company where you're working, with whom you're working.
Yeah.
As a consultant, if I'm working with some company, I should always inspire to do better. I should inspire to understand their business and devise a strategy which will help them to grow and improve.
Right.
So if I am able to do that on a consistent basis, then I will see that it's not the greatest achievement. It will always be something which I will inspire to do over a period of time. It's more about consistency.
Right.
I don't want to be a one-match wonder. I don't want to hit a century in one match.
Yeah.
And then my next 20 matches I get out for 0 or less runs. It's consistency which is more important in business.
In business, yeah.
Than superstardom or some act of superstar.
Okay. Sounds interesting, sir. So, talking about the projects that you've done so far, it would have involved a lot of passion, in your projects to have you have achieved so far. So, in that passion, can you explain any specific project that you have worked for, or an interesting case study that you can share?
Yeah, I will say not one, but there are many.
Okay.
But I will say most of them has been related to sales in marketing.
Okay.
One project which actually, separates from rest is because that was predominantly about, helping a company go live with its business operations.
Okay.
Taking name will not be right, but there was a large company whom I was consulting for implementing their ERP.
Okay, that's an MNC company. Right?
Yeah, it's a large company from Andhra.
Okay, sir.
One of the largest over there, but they are a very well-known, famous company and a very good organized company.
Okay.
Problem was they went for an ERP and it was 1.5 years, 2 years, they were not able to go live with the whole thing.
Okay.
And I really felt that the reason for going live was not because they were lacking experience or knowledgeable people or the intent, but there was something missing.
Okay.
So that was a big learning for me because I was able to, there I learned that, most important thing is people learning, people management.
Yeah.
You have to, it's most important for any leader to be first people manager.
Yes.
You have to have the capability to, the emotional quotient is more important than intelligence.
Correct.
So emotionally you have to understand people, you have to understand their problem.
Yeah.
You have to, create the right environment for them to express themselves.
Okay.
And to bring them on the same board.
Okay.
Help them to, learn the skills that are needed.
Okay.
Coach them, guide them, train them.
Okay.
And once you do this and you win the trust of people, then you will find that lot of problems, which are problems, actually are not problems.
Okay.
They are just, stumbling blocks because communication has not been very clear. So that was one project which was solved because I was able to re-engineer the entire communication process.
That's great.
And maybe 70-80 people sitting together every day.
Okay.
In a 6 months' time, we were able to, at least start the UAT, the user acceptance test.
Mm-hmm.
And lately they went live with the whole project. So I wish them all the best. But that was one experience which I will say taught me a lot. About people, about communication, and about how it is important to succeed with people, and not it's not about individual brilliance, but it's about how you work with people and how they are inspired and motivated to.
Okay, that's nice, sir. That's nice to hear. So it is very inspiring to know about your success story, sir. The one you explained about the Andhra Pradesh project was very inspiring, sir.
Thank you.
It is very interesting to know about your success story, sir. So, in that way, I would like to know about what were the situations that you have faced like very bad in your career? And what are the lessons you've learned from
Yeah.
that
One
situation?
one incident in early when I came to Chennai, that one lesson I got from a bad experience
Okay, sir.
that built my entire edifice on which I grew.
Okay.
So we closed a deal in Pondicherry
Okay.
where I knew from the beginning that we had problems executing the project.
Okay.
Still, I took up believing that we will be able to make it happen.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we could not successfully implement that project,
Okay.
and customer was very unhappy. My entire, credential was in line,
Yeah.
and I really felt that I put myself in line to get that project and
Okay.
believe that it will succeed.
Okay.
But success doesn't happen by dream or by just
True, sir.
thinking that it will succeed. Success happen when you really do things which actually you should know what you're doing. So very important lesson that I learned by the failure of that project and the relationship that I lost was that you should only commit what is possible. You should not sell future.
Okay.
You should not sell something which you cannot implement or successfully do.
Okay.
Second thing is your project is the customer is more important than the project.
Okay.
You have to believe that the customer who is coming to you to solve his problem, you have to be a real solver of his problem. You have to be the right person who understand him, empathize with his situation, and find real solution to his problem.
Okay.
Rather than, simply try to give him something which may or may not help him to grow.
Okay.
May not be successful. He may not be successful.
Okay.
So understanding that was a very critical lesson for me because that gave me the entire change my perspective in terms of what I should be doing and what should be done.
Yeah.
How one should develop oneself. What should be the overall approach towards people whom I'm interacting with business. So that is where 2-3 lessons were very critical, as I told you earlier.
Yeah.
That you should not commit what you cannot do. You should always understand your customer, empathize, and build the right relationship. Be honest, dead honest, even if it is something which it is bad to hear.
Yeah.
The customer may not like it, but it is your duty to tell him truth.
Okay.
It's not about a project, it's about the customer. Because you may lose a project, but you will win the trust of your customers. Customer may realize not today or tomorrow when he goes through the experience that what you said is true. That is the real learning that I got from a very bad experience that I had in the initial stage of my, experience in South India.
Okay. So keeping this in mind, in these times, in these worst times, how do you stay motivated? And how do you challenge yourself? Your motivation factor.
I was always a self-motivated person. I'm a lot of times I'm a vociferous reader, and people who read are people who are self-motivated. What I feel, they don't need external motivation to work. So it was always that I used to always I'm a deep thinker and I keep on thinking. I think a lot, not like wasting my time, but thinking in terms of what I'm doing, how should I do it, what should I do, where I'm going wrong. So, realizing your mistakes and correcting them is a very critical aspect of your success. And you can only think whether you're right or wrong when you are down to earth and humble. So never leave that humility in you behind. You should always be humble and always think from the perspective that you are a human being and you're prone to doing mistakes. Correct. But it's not the mistake which defines you, it's how you correct yourself after the mistake. So in 2008, I lost everything. I was into share market.
Yes.
I was heavily invested, and during the 2008 fall in January, I think the share market fall very badly.
Yes, sir.
I lost all of my wealth, whatever I accumulated in
Yes,
my
sir.
career.
Yes, sir.
That was the time I didn't even add around even 25,000 rupees in my bank.
Understand, sir.
That is the time when I got a call from Genesis to come to South India and start an office.
Okay.
So I was always self-motivated. It's not, I never needed a motivation from so
External sources. Okay.
So even in bad situation, when you think from the perspective that you are there because it is not because you did some mistake, but it's
Okay.
because part of the journey.
Correct.
You are a human and you can commit mistake.
Yeah.
If you think that maybe mistake has happened, but how do you correct?
Yeah.
How do you change the scenario? How do you change the perception that you have?
Yes, sir.
How to make it positive? How to make it happen again
Yes.
and take it in the right direction? If you think from that perspective,
Okay.
and if you are always positive, and if you feel that you have not done any wrong thing, mistake is one thing, but committing something wrong,
Yes, sir.
deliberately,
That
right?
counts. Yes.
That is when you lose your motivation.
Correct, sir.
But when you do a mistake and you
Yeah.
realize it and you accept it and you correct it at the right time, then I don't think there is any reason for anybody to lose their motivation to work
Right,
or
sir.
to perform or to perform.
Right. Right, sir. Thanks for sharing this information. It's really valuable information. Are there any dream projects for the future, sir?
I don't see a dream project, but yeah, definitely I have a ambition to build a consulting or a service oriented company.
Okay, sir.
My belief is that everybody is there to sell software.
Yeah.
Everybody is there who go and say that I'm selling something,
Yes.
whether it is clothes, whether it is software, whether it is hardware,
Yeah.
infrastructure, whatever. But there are very few people who really are there to help the customer utilize those solutions and benefit from it.
Yeah.
It's not about buying a solution, it's about using the solution to benefit, because I always believe that technology is an enabler.
Yes.
It is not everything, but it really helps you, actually it helps you to smoothen your business,
Yes.
optimize your business, and make it more organized. So it's an enabler. Enable your business to do better
Okay.
with less resource and with more transparency and
Yes, sir.
visibility.
Okay.
So I would, you can call it a dream, that I want to build a service oriented company
Okay.
whose role will be to help retailers and manufacturers and distributors, because my entire career has been in
Yes,
supply
sir.
chain,
Yes.
to use technologies available in the market
Yeah.
in the way they want to use and benefit from it,
Okay.
rather than struggle with technologies, buying multiple technologies, struggling with that. I want companies to have a smooth transition
Okay.
using technology,
Okay.
and I want to be the enabler for the companies to do that.
Okay.
So that is one dream I have. I'm working towards it.
Okay. I hope it
Hopefully
comes.
will be, yeah. I
it
also hope by
works
God's
well, sir.
grace
Yes.
I'll be able to.
Definitely, it will work well, sir.
Thank you.
And sir, I would also like to ask you if you have any tips or guidelines for the upcoming professionals, for the young people, because there are many people who are
Yeah.
watching.
Definitely, I would like my personal experience. I would like to share
Yes, sir.
whatever I learned and what has built my pillars of my belief.
Yes, sir.
So one is being that you should always be learning, never stop learning.
Okay.
I read 2 books at least in a month, and I want to suggest everybody to read books.
Yes.
And second is, I would like them to work hard. There is no replacement for hard work.
Exactly.
You cannot grow or succeed without putting in the the effort
Yes.
that is needed. Third is, you should always be ready to accept your mistakes and correct that. Because if you're adamant, you will stop learning. Only when you believe that you have done something wrong, you can correct yourself. So always be, try to, evaluate yourself, be your own taskmaster.
Okay.
Evaluate yourself and try to, learn from your mistakes and improve. So if you do these three things, you keep on learning, unlearn what is not right,
Okay.
and that will itself take you to the next level. Because with more knowledge, more experience, you'll find that a lot of things becomes easy for you to comprehend, to execute. Your skill level improves. And when your skill level improves, you do a lot of work which were tough for you easily, right?
Okay.
And when you put in the, you burn the midnight oil, as it's called.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You put in your hard work, complementing with your skills, and the realization that you are always a work in progress. That sets you apart, and you can achieve anything in the world. That is what I would like to share with all my friends.
Really, thank you for your valuable advice, sir. This has been a good session so far, and I really appreciate your
Thank you very much.
time and effort for this thing, sir.
Thank you very much.
And any special recommendation for Iconxt, sir? It's the first ever episode and your first ever guest.
I feel that everybody who wants to do something in life should be encouraged and given the right support.
Yes.
I know people associated with Iconxt for sometimes 7-8 years, and
Yes,
I
sir.
believe that if you are imbibing those characteristics,
Yes.
that is, you have to be humble, you have to be learning, you have to unlearn something which is wrong,
Yes.
correct yourself, put in the hard work, and you're always trying to figure out what can be done. Because I found people get stuck in the certain time zone.
Yes.
They believe that what I've learned in my life is something which I can only work with.
Yeah.
But that is not true. If you have the killer instinct in you, if you have the passion, if you have the belief, you can learn a lot of new things.
Yeah.
And you have to keep on learning, changing yourself, because the world is evolving with ChatGPT, AI,
Yes.
ML, Bitcoin, so many new technologies coming into the picture,
Yes, sir.
where every day you hear that some sort of jobs will be lost. One thing cannot be lost is the human interaction, right? The
Definitely.
passion to do something, the killer instinct which a human can only bring to the table for
Absolutely.
any organization.
Yeah.
So if you're building yourself, if you're always work in progress, you're learning, improving, and growing,
Yeah.
I will say that Iconxt is something which can always, Iconxt.
Yes,
You can
sir.
always,
And
you can be the next icon.
that's what the name
You
means.
can be the next icon.
Yeah. That exactly
And a leading light for
Yes.
this industry. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I'll make sure that whatever you do, if I can help you in any sort of way, I'll always be there to you.
Sure, sir. You will always be there, and it's a blessing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thanks a lot.
coming to our shows.
Wish you all the best. And
Thank you.
wish Iconxt best of luck.
We Iconxt provide data analytics, web development, digital marketing, public relations services, and these services we offer at a specific combos for branding. Please hit the subscribe button to watch more informative videos like this, and do like and share the video. To know more about us, you can visit our website at www.iconxtinteractive.com. Thank you.